alias Belvedere. It is dearest Belvedere, and I'm writing to my beloved Marge. Dearest Marge, I am feeling so festivitous today. My love is like a petal falling from the embers of a charred shard, which will then reignite again in the fervour of our reunion. When whilst I see thee again? May, June, July, October. For it is I that is the honey, and it is you that is the ant, that scurrieth over to me, and I scurrieth to thee, even though I am honey, and it does not quite work. It'd have to be something sticky and gooey, going goo, 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 goo. I'm honey, me. But it will be beautiful and lovely, because I am Belvedere, forever yours. I reckon that'd work just perfectly. I reckon I should be the writer of all of the dramas and the period pieces of the time, and soon we'll get it all sorted out. You wait till the aliens invade, man. That'll be the best bit. Can you imagine? Hang on, getting my pen out again. It's like, dearest Marjorie, the aliens have invaded again. I gotteth my ray gun and I blew them all away. And then we got the troops in and we formed a line. It was glorious. Forever yours, Belvedere. See what I mean? It'd be great. Aliens and 17th century romance. Why they never fused them before, I don't know. Anywho, I'm putting this together. It is the 8th of July today. So let's get rid of that was just written to give some mystique in a previous stream. Okay, so we go. So it's the 8th of July. Now I'll go 08 JUL. And the reason why we do that is because I'm from Australia, other people from America, and from therein confusion reigns. I write the date like this: 08 07 2025. If you're from the United States, you might have a bit of an issue with that. Anywho, so it's going to be Legacy Opal. And we'll have from Belvedere. Now, how would a snobby Englishman spell Belvedere, you reckon? E-A-U-X, I reckon. Perfect. Okay. So I've got that. So the reason why I'm doing that, of course, is because of this. I'm planning on, at the end of the stream, I'll set up a shop eventually, and we'll put all these Legacy Opals from each of the streams, and I'll also highlight the YouTube, the section of the YouTube where that actually was cut, and so you can tell all your friends, oh, I was there when that happened. See, I was talking. Now, have a look at this. Someone was very mean earlier on. They were saying about $5 worth of gold, and I reckon it's $20. You'll see there's actually another piece in there as well now. There's some little gold holders, I suppose is what you'd call them. Little gold holders. Cindy! Oh, hang on. Here we go. Dearest Cindy, how do I love thee? Let me count the ways. One. Look, it's the past, and I'm quite illiterate, so I don't know my numbers. Many. Okay, so that'll do. Hang on, let me do this. I have a promise to keep. Oh, yes. Allow me to fulfill my promise. Okay. Yep, there we go. Let's see if that... Oh, there you are. Cindy Big Nort has been Big Norted. All right. So there we go. I have promoted Cindy to moderation because of grand service in the service of Adele. There we go. So that's that little piece of administration out of the way. Let's go have a chat with the birdies before we go outside. That's Pony. Now, Pony has invented a new sport, and that's called, like, highball egg laying. She laid it from up there. So, this egg is not in exactly the best condition. So, Pony, do better. Come here. Yoink. Oh, Max, you're in my view now. Right, Max is a semi-wild cockatoo. We don't know exactly what his story is. I just got him off a guy who I'm not going to be unkind about this. How do I put it? I didn't know how to look after him, and I think he caught the poor bugger. So this guy, he's a semi-wild, I think, but he had his wings clipped when I first got him, so we had no choice but to keep him for a year. Now he's a bit of a risk to release because he might die. It's okay. See that? I'll give you some birdie behaviour hints. The crest up and the hissing, not a good sign. Put my finger out, he's like, yeah. But when I put my finger away, see how his beak moves up and down like that? That's him saying, I really liked it when you did that. Didn't you? You really liked it. You don't like it when my head comes in. What he's doing is he's giving me some communication cues. We've actually worked it out between ourselves. Every time he hisses, I take a step back. And he was pretty annoyed, to be quite frank, that I wasn't taking the step back, as was our arrangement. Anywho, later on, if you stick here at the end of the stream, you'll see that he'll actually let me go and pat him. Loki is absolutely unconcerned by human contact. Come here. There you go. Yeah, and like, I know what you're thinking. It looks like a rescue operation. It's not. Like, they just show up and look helpless, and I can't do much about it. So they're earning their keep by maybe getting YouTube likes or something. I don't know. What do you reckon, Loki? Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Oh, you said that, didn't you, Max? See? Max agrees. Anyway. Hey, I know. You see, what's happening now is I'm scratching Loki here, right? I offered Max a scratch. I can prove it's Loki because the sign says so. She's a girl, by the way. I offered Max a scratch and he went hiss. And now I'm over scratching Loki and Max is insanely jealous. You can see that the birdie beard's right up. Don't worry, I'll be in later, okay? I'll be in later, don't you worry. I'll give you food and stuff. And of course, the thing that we do with Australian cockatoos is we give them a traditional Australian food as a treat. Now, what do you think the most traditional of traditional Australian foods might be? Traditional of traditional of traditional of traditional of traditional. And you'll see Max is absolutely, yeah, I'm getting it. Flipping around. Oh yeah, here it comes, 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 here it comes. I want it. There it is. Pasta, of course. Mamma mia. There you go. All right, let's get out there. Now, what we have to do is we have to play the game of what have I forgotten to do? I'll give you a hint. Everything, pretty much. Okay. Sitting down here. Right, so what we've got here... Oh, I haven't put my jacket on. I mean, I've got this jacket on, but it's oh so stylish, so I'm not going to use it. I've got another jacket which can get wet, basically. I'll flip that around. So the Opal setup, just before we go. I haven't bothered to fix that up. We will hopefully continue on as per normal. I'll give you a brief running tour of the Opal setup. So if we go back here, you can see that this is actually a chunk of print glass. You will see me regularly just spraying this down to try and keep it from doing horrible things. Got some paper towel here. So if you ever see like white flashes whilst we're doing the Opal, no, you're not going mad, you're not having a seizure. No, it's just me doing this. Because when it's right up against the screen, of course, it's a little bit different, isn't it? Wow! But that's just basically keep it all clean and keep everything going. You're able to see what's going on kind of thing. That's that part of it. Hopefully this will dry in time now. It will dry in time, don't worry. Sounded like I was unprepared or something. Of course I'm unprepared, but I know what I'm doing at least. Woohoo! Okay, so if we move up here, okay, we just push the button on the elevator, of course. First floor, random water. So what we've got over here is a whole heap of water containers, and they essentially are gravity fed. The problem I've got at the moment is this container is the one which feeds this tube going over to here, down to here, and over here to here. Water is very important for opal cutting, because if you don't use water, dust goes everywhere, you get silicosis. Now, you'll notice that a lot of the times when you're buying opals, when you see opals being bought, that they are really, really shiny. Why is that? Because I like to refer to it as God's own lighting. If you have a look up here, we've got a light. It's not on yet. Basically, they're connected up to this guy here. So when I turn this one on, the machine goes on, this little Dremel tool thingy, and all the lights go on as well. I've got this guy just hanging around, just pretending that it knows what it's doing. Over here, occasionally, I use this thing here. Now, it's not as often used for the streams, but people like it. Basically, I've got an opal here that I can demonstrate with. So, once again, you need to clean this thing down. But, whoop, rotate. There we go. You can see now, it's just a series of sanding discs. And I'll try and get this out of the way so that you can actually see. There we go. Series of sanding discs. And yeah, it's not in particularly good state at the moment because I'm not planning on using it. But yeah, turn it on. Similar kind of deal. And then you get your opal. In this instance, I'll be going over this one. Or alternately, you use what's known as a docked opal, which is one which is on a docked stick, which is like so. And you just go yoink. Now I'm not going to do this too long because the water ain't set up for it. So I suppose I could set up some water, just so that you can get a general gist of what's going on. There we go. It's actually dropping out occasionally, which is good. Now there's kind of defined parameters by which I cut these opals. We'll close that down so that we're continuing with the narration of things. The final thing to note is that, yes, like I was saying, silicosis is a thing. You can see that's a nice and shiny opal. Silicosis is a thing, so you've got to keep all the dust away. So what I've got here is I've got a standard bathroom fan just over here, which sucks air in from this entire contraption arrangement. And then you've got a tube which goes down the back there, if you can see it. Where is it reconvening? There it is. Woohoo! Okay, it goes all the way back here and enters here. So that means that air is always going in that direction, which means that it's not going in this direction, which means that I'm not doing this, which means that you continue to see live streams, and I continue to get my $1.80 or whatever it is, because, you know, YouTubing is so lucrative. All right, I just got to go get that jacket. It's a nicer jacket for the situation. Yoink. Sound of getting jacket on. Now I think we'd all agree that an unwritten rule about, you know, pretty much doing anything is chocolate. So quickly grab some of that. Because you can tell that I need more blood sugar, can't you? There we go. Nom nom nom. Right, let's get out. Oh, hello. What are you doing here? Is there something I forgot? Drink. Yoik. All right, let's go. Don't worry, I'll forget something else. You can tell. Door must be closed because Max knows that the stream's on. He's figured out that if he interrupts me, he gets more attention. Of all the cockatoos, now you got to understand, cockatoos are already pretty darn smart. But of all the cockatoos I've ever met, and I really was impressed with Loki. I mean, you know, home team advantage. Loki was really smart in my eyes, but like Max, he blows them all away. Any cockatoo you've ever seen. Unbelievably intelligent. Makes me wonder how he got caught by such an idiot, but you know. I said that on a live stream, didn't I? Forget I said the I word, but it's true. All right, here we go. Water on. I probably need to refill the water container. There's my forget thing. One of many. Yoink. You may as well see. Yoink. So there's the water. There's the water container. And now the miracle of pouring. Now I'm doing it this way because it sounds suspiciously like I'm not pouring water into a container. So if you heard that when you turn the live stream on, you'd be like, oh, what's going on here? Oh, 3 likes already. Thank you very much, guys. So fill that up. So you really don't need the visuals, but at least you know it's not yellow. All right. Now we're finally ready to go. I promise. This time for sure. Okay, turning on the water. Where is the water? I've just rearranged everything, so I don't know where the water is. Flicking it on. There it is. We have found the water. I'm checking to see if the wheel spins correctly. By the way, it does. So we go like that. And then, bing, let's go. So what have we got today? Lots, actually. Yoink. We've got a highly vibratory machine at the moment, which is fine. We have a few tests that I'll show you about YouTube and what YouTube does. Basically, if I wave a giant rock in front of the camera, it doesn't matter that this is actually not a bad Opal. I'm just using it as a size comparison. If I wave this in front of the camera, the people, they can't resist. They suddenly just jump onto the string. You'll see that. At the moment, I'm registering 23. If I leave this for another 2 or 3 seconds, it'll probably double to 50 or something. Or alternately, the demonstration principal will say, no, that's not going to happen, Phil. You're an idiot. It looks like it's saying I'm an idiot, which is okay, because I am actually an idiot. There we go, 34. Welcome, people. You have just been a test case for Dr. Phil's YouTube algorithm manipulations. Anywho. So we're going to try this one. I think this one is not particularly good. There is oh, no. I am so sorry. There's actually some good Opal just in there. We got that one. This guy is astounding. I don't know if it's going to show us or not, but it's got this amazing layer of Opal just in the middle. Some shiny stuff in there. So I'll see if I can actually make it obvious that it has got shiny stuff in there. I normally don't do this, but just for you, I'll do it. People who are new to YouTube, I'm not sure he's being honest here. Don't worry, I'm being 100% totally incorruptibly, infinitesimally, monosyllabically honest. Now we're getting a bit of colour just over there. Turning the colour enhancement on. Oh look, doesn't do a darn thing. Excellent. You can see a little bit of colour there. We'll try and work that one out. So I've got this guy here. Rumour has it, this one's a good one. Let me have a look. Yep, what you have to do is you have to look right up into here. As an aside, I'm actually making an order this week of a few more opals. And I order in bulk as a general rule. But the bulk order will contain some very nice opals in amongst all the very bad ones. How does that work? Because they always do. The reason is, my theory is that people don't actually audit what they're giving you, essentially. And so, very often, some accidentally make it in because they just haven't been looking at their opals well enough. Now, I'm trying to find that just on the top, on this side here, very hard to one hand point out. This side here, there's actually a bit of opal, and I'm just trying to angle it to the light. This is why the principle of God's own lights works, because if you've got all the lights pointing from all the angles, you don't have a problem. If you have no lights pointing from no angles, well, you do have a problem. Anywho, that will be cut very interpressively. This one is a squished Knobby, and what you can see from this one is that it's got just the slightest bit of colour on it. I'm hoping that as we cut into it, it'll go a bit deeper. And I found a secret stash of opals. Ooh! And here we go. Not bad. So I have found a secret stash of opals and promptly lost it again. Found it again. Sorry. Here we go. Right, you should be able to see from this that there's just colour everywhere. Have a look at this guy. Beautiful little guy. This guy. Look at that, huh? So the only thing to do here is just to turn them into opals. This one, a long time have I watched. All the time as it looked away to the future, to the horizons, never his mind on where he was. Doublet material, but still quite pretty. It just keeps going / never ends. We've got colour everywhere here. So this is going to be a fun little streamy. Thank you, Cindy. Let me introduce you to one of the new moderators, Sydney Blignort. She was recommended by Adele, which means if you've met Adele before, she's quite the hard ass, and that means she don't take no crap from nobody. I presume Cindy's the same sort of person, which is kind of why I tapped on the make a moderator button. So, that one is a nice, beautiful little opal, which has got a horizon right in the middle here, kind of on the back there. There's a crack there, which is going to be interesting. I'll see if I can break it now. No, not going to break. So, I'll give that one a shot. I think what we're probably going to do is we're going to dispense with the further ados and get going, because what have we done? Done 24 minutes of preamble and absolutely no amble. So here goes nothing. First things first, let's get this big guy out of the way, and then we'll start doing the pretty little ones. Dum ba da dum. Ba-da-dum bum bum. And they're off and racing. Dr. Phil has managed to take one of the corners off the Cooper Beatty stone, and he's moving it around. He's going around the corner again. And what a wonderful cornering effort that was. Yes, indeed. Moving around again, he goes, taking the hard edge off that oval. Is it any good? Because perhaps there's a few cracks in the oval, and there may be no helping it. Have you noticed that commentators do that? Why? I don't know. Probably they're just breathing to try and get a few extra IQ points in. There we go. And he's flipped it over, moving around the back part of the course, and he's going up and down, making sure that the Opal is wonderful. Here we go. In case you're interested, I don't do this every time, so I'm really running out of material. He's running out of material. Yes, I know I'm running out of material. I'm telling him. He's telling them he's running out of material. Oh, gee. The moment you turn on that commentator voice, and he's turned on that commentator, shut up. He told me to shut up. There we go. And yeah, there is some colourful. There's some colourful. Shut up. There's some colourful opal in there. I'll let him go. He's enjoying the colour there. It's a beautiful opal. It's got lots of shimmy and chamois and other things. I'm a horse racing commentator. I don't do opals. Well, I'm glad that you came. Can I suggest a water polo commentator? No. There we go. So. Now, whilst I'm cutting this open, what I might do is I might wax serious for a little while, because we're going to talk about the things that people sometimes like to talk about, which happens to be the algorithm to YouTube. I've heard some rumours that some people have been getting some pretty epic results, and that tracks, because my last two feeds, I think I got my last two live streams, I got roughly 30,000-ish, which is not a record, but it's pretty close to. And what that tells me is that YouTube are doing another bit of a hike. They occasionally do them. One happens around Christmas time, another one happens in mid-year, and I suppose it's mid-year now. Help me decide. If we go right up to here. Oh, someone else's likes, thank you. If we go up to here, you can see there's actually a giant crack. I was going to cut across there, but I think I'm probably going to cut the whole way through it. It sucks, but there seems to be, oh yeah, look at that. There's a lot of crackage. So what we've got to do is we've got to go maximum penalties on the cracks to try and get rid of them, or else they're going to really cause issues. That's my strategy, and I'm going to stick to it. Now, there's absolutely no judgment here whatsoever, but I presume Adele has gone to sleep, and that's okay. In case you didn't know, it's about 10:30 here in the United States of Australia. So she might not be making an appearance, but she sometimes peeks her little head up at about 2 a.m. Why? I don't know. Will I still be going at 2 a.m? Probably not. So why am I saying this? I don't know. Why are you using this format? I have no idea. Monkey Brain just said, keep talking and answer your own questions. Okay, I'm answering them. It's starting to sound like that comment. I know. So at any rate, talking about the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm. So you can or you don't have to if you don't want to. Oh, by the way, I'm also perfectly happy for anyone who's lurking at the moment to have a look at the person who's been talking here. Her name is Cindy Blignot. Did I do that right? Hang on. Yeah, I did. Please say I did. Anyway, she's a friend of Adele's, and that means that she's a friend of mine, basically. And feel perfectly free to pop off this channel, go onto her channel, click subscribe, and like as many videos you see on there as possible. Basically, give the algorithm a bit of a boost. And the way that works is the algorithm then starts looking at why were these videos all liked, and it'll try and look for common factors. Of course, there are none. The only common factor is pretty much me, and it's not going to be so clever as to go, well, they were all on this stream and they got recommended. That's not going to work. Now, the reason why that is because YouTube is made by engineers and not statisticians. And they're all on a deadline, and they're all putting out spot flyers. Have you ever been to one of those workplaces where they're going, get it out now, 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 you got to do it now. What are we going to do? I don't know, but you got to do it now. That'll be pretty much what YouTube is like. And so when people are talking about that big scary algorithm, the big scary algorithm is get it out now, get it now. But I don't know what the metrics mean. I don't care. Just give me a dashboard. Oh, I did it right, did I? Well, there you go. Like the post in the short anyway. Maybe you'll become an instant sensation, Cindy. Now that would be hilarious if everyone just jumped off here. I mean, I'm not expecting the same numbers this time around because the tube's trying to, well, they try to make a bell curve out of everything. So I've been up at the top of the bell curve for ever so long, and I've been doing naughty things to inflate it. But I think the algorithm will win this time round and push me down a bit. But even so, can you imagine someone just randomly getting 5,000 likes in like half an hour? That'd be hilarious. Yeah, so you don't have to go and look on my channel, but I'll tell you, and you can see it. What I did just prior to doing this stream, about an hour or two prior, I decided to dump 2 shorts. I did not care what those shorts were. I just tried to look for any kind of subject matter. The reason for that was that the shorts, even if you actually lurk through them, you know, don't do very much. Even if you lurk through them, it'll still count as a view if it goes for a certain amount of time relative to the short. So that means that it counts as a view. Now the beauty of it is they're trying to keep my my live feed to a certain number, but that number will also be determined by the number of views in the shorts feed. That'll factor in. But those two numbers, from what I've seen, don't actually talk to each other. So basically, the algorithm's kind of going, well, this has got extra views and I don't know why. Maybe it's a good video. I'll promote it a bit more and see what happens. And that way, you can actually use subtle methods to game the algorithm at certain times. Don't do it all the time. They get wise eventually. But yeah, gaming the algorithm, totally possible. One thing I have noticed is that this colour is beautiful. I don't know how it's showing through on your end because like there's a lot going on over here. It's very hard to pay attention to all of the things. I am trying to pay attention to the metrics. For example, zooming in this far, just so that you know, by zooming this far, it's not as good as being slightly zoomed out. Why? I don't know. I'd love to know, but I don't. Just like pulling out a massive, massive rock at this point in time. I'll give you that example again. Drop down to 46, pull out the giant, massive rock. Look, everybody, it's a giant, massive rock. Come to Papa. Come to Papa. Look at the rock. Look at the rock. Come on, you can do it. You can look at the rock, you can. There we go. Congratulations, everybody. You've looked at a rock. Moving on. So, wow. Mexican jumping opal. Arriba! But that jumped to 52 just because of a rock. Maybe I'll get a really... next time round what I'll do is I will write something like nondescript rock. Very, very boring. I'll put it on the other side. So when it bumps up and everyone sees it, it then says, very, very boring. That's a bit of a joke. Arr, arr. And I think you can tell there's going to be a recurring theme going on here. Every now and then I'm just going to grab a rock. But don't worry, for variety's sake, I have a whole heap of different rocks that I can show people. Look at this. It's an entirely different rock. Hello everybody in YouTube. Look at the pretty rock. Now I've got to wait because I want... There we go. All right. So anyway. And 5 likes. Thank you very much, guys. You're very patient just looking at me waving a rock around. This is also another way of explaining that, yes, you can actually game the algorithm if you want to. You just need to know how to do it. And now there's actually been, like, and guys, you've contributed to that. Because of your 5 likes, 5 is enough. 5 likes and sudden spikes for no apparent reason. YouTube's going, I don't know, you must be doing something right. Little does YouTube know that all I'm doing is literally waving a rock at you. I don't know what you're making of it. I don't know if you think it's entertaining or not. But YouTube is going, well, it must work. In the meantime, I very slowly get an opal, which may or may not work, to cut. I'm actually trying to get this one done relatively quickly, but it's a nice opal, so I'm in a bit of a bind. It's not as nice as some of the other opals I've got, you see. And I'm like, I want to go and show them all the other pretty opals, but I've got this other opal and it might be pretty too. I know. Problems, huh? I bet no one else has got problems this severe. I tell you what, Cindy, though, I will definitely be going off this stream and I will be liking your video, whatever that is. It could be something like, Dr. Phil is the most evil person in the world. Here's a conspiracy to make all the cheese go bad, or whatever. And I'll still like it. I'll even comment. I'll say, yes, I am that evil person who makes all the cheese go bad. You might be the first person to make $1 billion off one cheese post. It might be the start of one of those celebrity grudge matches. You know, oh, this celebrity doesn't like this celebrity. Oh, really? Yeah, this celebrity has just decided to call himself a celebrity. And now he doesn't like this other celebrity who he's decided to call a celebrity. Yeah, it's very meta. You see that over there? That's the fourth wall. Right. Don't know what to make of this yet. I mean, a earring or something, but you know, I mean, mentally, what to make of it. How I am going to paradigmize it. Do you like my word, paradigmize? Now, guys, last time we had on this show, we had a segment from what I call Bob the unmotivated engineer. Now, everyone seemed to like that. The views went right up. But in order for that to happen, my equipment has to play up, and then I'll have to make the voices of some random engineer guy. So although you like it, I'm desperately hoping that he doesn't come out today. Oh, 7 likes. Thank you very much, guys. And yeah, whilst we're going into the meta fourth wall realm, what I have discovered is, like, I think you can say something like, ladies and gentlemen, please like and subscribe. It does help the channel out heaps and heaps. Because it's true, it does. But I don't think it's actually as effective as just thanking people every time a like happens. So that's the thing to think about. And I'm breaking the fourth wall because, like, think about this. If I actually put the word clickbait in my title, you wouldn't actually click on it because you're going, oh, clickbait. Even if you're calling it out as a bad thing or whatever else, it actually turns you away. So sometimes labeling the tactics, labeling the tricks is a bad thing. But I've thought, you know what, there's a lot of people who actually want to do this kind of thing. And realistically, even though I haven't seen much money from it, I do know that you can. So I'm going, why not tell people how to get good coin from YouTube? I don't think that I could be wrong, but I don't think the algorithm as it stands actually pits us as competition. As a matter of fact, the more people in a particular niche, the better. So we can do what we want, really. I can promote you and it should be okay. I can tell you the tricks and it should be okay. So long as you're there going, oh, he's giving me tricks, that's great. Not, he's a tricky man, I don't want to watch the tricky man. And quite frankly, guys, that's incorrect because I'm way too immature to be ever called a man. I mean, honestly. So that's got a crack in it. I'm flinging that. That's a shame. But what I will do, instead of bemoaning the loss of a beautiful opal, we shall replace it with a really, really shiny one. 8 likes. Wow, thank you. See, I thanked. But the thing is that I also suspect that, you know, talking to people as if they are actually people probably helps. So, I mean, yeah, I'll let the manic phase go through. I agree with you on that. But also, if people want to know something, and it's, I mean, not deeply personal or anything, but if it's something to do with the technical details of the YouTube or whatever else, why not? Talk to people as if you're talking to a friend. Like, if a friend came over to my place, I'd show off the machine, say these are the features, push this button here and your finger comes off, that kind of thing. And then I say, oh yeah, I've got a YouTube channel as well. This is my tactics for the YouTube channel. So if you're not prepared to do that for a friend, or if you're prepared to say other things to the YouTube people and not to a friend, well, I think you kind of understand what I'm trying to say. I think the late night is basically kicking in. It's about midday in the United States and it's very late here. And so I'm hoping that the words actually go through another medium than the air and the YouTube, maybe through the brain, because you might actually win doing that. Now look at this little beauty. And it's just right with colour the whole way through. It's just nothing but awesome. There you go. Now that's good enough to stick onto a dop stick, the thing that I was showing before. If you don't know what a dop stick is, prepare to be amazed. Ta-da! Dop stick. Now obviously you take that thing off and put the other thing on, but you get the general gist. For everybody else who's been here and watching dutifully, you'll see that there's a static number that's there, 73, 80 odd people. That's only half the story. What's going on is that people are getting bumped here from a feed from YouTube. As a matter of fact, you've possibly clicked from a feed. But of that, maybe 5% of people actually stay around to see what's going on. The rest just nick off. And if you're one of those 5%ers, if you're going to stay on for the entire stream, that's a fairly rare phenomenon. I mean, you're perfectly welcome to, don't get me wrong. You know, kick up your feet. There's a seat just over that direction. You can feel free to sit there. You know, you can feed the birds if you want. They do get a bit raucous. My point is, feel free to stay, but the stats say you won't. So you'll go through, you'll burn through, you'll burn through. As a matter of fact, the average time that people spend here is approximately between 9 and 11 seconds. So I don't know how long that is, but I don't think you actually even know it's an opal doing that. But because of that, I know there's so much go through here. That means that every time I'm doing something, I have to repeat myself a few times. So the repetition isn't there because I think the people who are there are dumb. It's because there's so many new people that blow through all the time. I could have sworn there was an opal in here. Let me see. As pretty as it is, that ain't it. At least I'm hoping it's not it, because it's very, very degraded. Is that it? Nope. Sorry about this, folks. As sorry as I am, get used to it, because it happens quite a lot. They're very small opals and they fling. Not that one, not that one. Alright. I'm giving it the 10-second rule, seeing it hasn't been there for 10 seconds. I'm just going to go and get another one. That's about the time you find it, really. But no, what I will do is I'll show you this opal. It's nice and shiny. But that's already been done. So, let's get, which one was I going to get? This one here. I've got a bit of curiosity about this one. It's moderately big, which should, you know, here's a... Hello there, Brian. Yes, I do remember you. I do believe the opal grower is going, what? Are you any relation of Jimmy Carr by any chance? Oh, okay. I presume you know who Jimmy Carr is. Surely, if you shared his last name, even if he was like a genre that you never understood ever, you probably know, at least know he existed. What I'm doing here is I'm just flattening this out because this is either going to be a good opal or a picture stone. I don't know which one yet. Oh, thank you for the love. Oh, I see. A like. Thank you very much for pointing that out. Thank you for the like. Thank you for liking me. That sounds very needy, doesn't it? I'm my own man, and I'm a thankful my own man. So there. I hope that got me through. No, we're doing well with our stream today. We've got 98 people coming up, which is actually bucking the trend that I expected. Like I said, I did prime it by throwing out some shorts, but still I didn't expect it to be that successful. I think that and throwing out the big rock earlier actually helped me a lot. That and the 9 likes. Guys, just so you know, the 9 likes are really helpful. That tells the algorithm that this is really something worth looking at. And I think that it's only fair if I say, please like and subscribe, that you know exactly why I'm asking for the like and the subscribe. But I think that's fair. Oh, 10 likes, thank you. Don't worry, I'm not hurting myself. Or maybe I am if you are in it for that. I think it's nice that, you know, if we're in it together, if we understand what's going on, your finger's on the pulse and you start looking at the likes and you start looking at the people on the stream and you go, oh yeah, I get it. Come on, let's do it together. Let's be a team. Now, you don't have to be a team, obviously, but at least you know what's going on. And opals are getting cut. There you go. So you see what I'm going to do eventually as I collect data on this, I'm going to try and do something called, I'll call it a line. I'm going to draw a line. I was going to say regression equation, but boring. I'll draw a line, and basically the line will connect the number of likes to the number of people on the stream, and help to join all of the dots on the data to say exactly what happens at what point in time and why and all that sort of stuff. I'll give you some good analytics. Not a dashboard. I hate dashboards. That's what you give to your manager when you know he doesn't know what he's doing. Analytics are saying, I've done this test, we found out this is significant, just in case you're interested. What I'll do is I'll do some nice analytics of this and we'll find out what exactly is a factor. And like I've been saying, and I'll give you another example of this in 1 second, believe it or not, giant rock is a factor. And I'll show it to you and demonstrate the principle. We've got 70 people on the stream as far as I know. And we're looking at this particular rock, which is great. Take this rock away, yoink. Replace with big, giant, massive rock, boing. Zoom out a little bit, and then we wait for the people to come in. Oh, hello, people, come in. Oh, no, 66. Went down by 4. I'm going to rotate the rock. Rotating the rock. It's very, very, very tempting kind of rock. It's rotating. Come on, look at the rotating rock. Don't let the demonstration principle kill me. No. No, 61. Okay, putting the rock away. All right, you win. You win this time. People who disprove my theories. Anywho, We'll have a look at this thing. I think that there might actually be some colour actually in the side here, so it'll be interesting to see what goes on. It went up, didn't it? Yes, it did. Perhaps YouTube has put in the rock protocol. He's playing me for a sucker. Must put in rock protocol. Quick, spot fire. But what if, YouTube, what if I put in a different rock? 54. Hey, come on. This was the rock that was previously hit by Mr. Hammer. Surely you have an affinity with that rock. Actually, there's a bit of a smudge on here. I've got to clean that up. So if you're epileptic, just avert your eyes for a second or so. There we go. I'm pretending that was the influence of the rock, because I'm always right. See, I was right. Right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Oh, you got up to 77. You're really smacking me around this time. The reason I'm not talking as much here, other than it's exhausting, is that heavy breathing, I don't think, well, put it this way, I don't think it's that kind of channel. My face is right up to the microphone here, and I'm trying not to breathe as much as I can. So, even though silicosis is a thing, I think that if I'm not careful, I'll possibly be the first person to be asphyxiated by a YouTube channel. I mean, honestly, like, that's probably not true. I've seen some of the crap that's on YouTube, so maybe not. Maybe there's plenty of people. I know people gagged on their own tongue, just going, I can't believe that. No, they didn't. Dead. 11 likes. I spotted that. Well done and thank you. I do appreciate it. You don't have to listen to my meaningless banter if you don't want to. It's just an off button away. And you instead moved your finger north of the off button to the like button, which is a miracle of its own making. There we go. Oh, 12. Double the miracle. Got to add some loaves and fishes to that one. So thank you, whoever pushed that button. That was very kind of you. Well, hello there. It's Gilly. How you doing, mate? Channel stream people, this is Gilly. Gilly, this is the channel stream people. Gilly is a person from Australia who likes rocks and Lightning Ridge and talking to me. And that's pretty much good enough as far as I'm concerned. So treat him nice. Got it? Excellent. How goes your troubles, my friend? Whoop, hang on, yeah, there we go. Either or, you're quite correct. I think that all right, if you do the math on the internet in general, some people say that up to 60% of the internet now is generated content. So you draw your own conclusions. I don't think that this is as many bots because there's a lot of human-like behaviour that happens here. There's certainly going to be some. Oh, that's all right. Had I known, I would have had a full WWF intro. Coming in, weighing in at an amazing 497 pounds of pure muscle, it's Gilly. What do you reckon? If anyone else wants to speak in the chat, I will give them such an intro as well. Not that Gilly isn't special. He's very special to me. This is going terrible, Gilly. How do I get out of this? Gilly's my special friend. No, that's not what I meant. If you too want to be my special friend, speak in the chat. Oh dear. Exactly 10 people went running screaming from the chat according to the metrics here. No! He's gonna talk to me! I don't want him to talk to me! Make it stop, Daddy! Make it stop! And he was off and racing, and he hit the final bend, and he had a bit of a stack. I didn't like that way that he did his talking, and he scared the children away. For those people who are still interested in making a channel for themselves and watching the antics going on, there is a certain amount of do it your way. Don't worry too much about whether people come and go. If you're too sensitive to that, you'll just kind of like be in the corner going flibbity jibbity 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 jibbity. So there's this really weird balance between liking, and I mean genuinely liking, whoever comes onto your stream, no matter what they seem to say or do or anything like that. And as a general rule, yeah, I do. Sometimes the odd troll comes around and, you know, makes life hard, but I've got mods that deal with that for me. And they're good mods, and they make the place a safe place. So, you know, basically we've pretty much got a sign that says if you're a troll, enter at your own risk. And that works for everybody else who feels it's a safe place. But that being said, be that as it may, yeah, still bring you to the YouTube. Don't bring somebody else. Don't bring PewDiePie, bring you. Because, like, everyone's just like a little bit of a mix of someone else. I like to think that I'm a mix of Robin Williams and, I don't know, Professor Sumner Miller, if you know who he is. Not that I'm saying I'm as good as those people, but that's kind of where the style comes from. And I think that's important. What it does when you blend your own unique styles together, it doesn't matter if you're different to me. As a matter of fact, it's better if you're different to me. It makes the YouTube worth watching if you're watching shows that aren't all the same. I reckon that's where TV went wrong, and that's where music went wrong, isn't it? Because they had executives who were just sitting there not prepared to take a risk on anything, not prepared to do anything different. Well, guess what? Got a whole channel here thing, whole website thing that you can devote to showing your difference to people. And it's a beautiful thing. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring out the pretty rocks now, because this one doesn't look like it's doing very much in the way of pretty rocking. I mean, it's rocking, I suppose. Rock the Casbah, rock the Opal. The string don't like it, rock the Opal, rock the Opal. Or the Jasper, there you go. Rock the Jasper, rock the Jasper. I forgot about that. Singing actually does work. Doesn't matter how badly you sing. Think about this, you can go, and I'm your lady, and you are my man. I went down to 68. Oh, there's so many people working that demonstration principle so hard today. There we go. Yoink, yoink. So what have we got here? Well, what we have here is, Jim, a amazing piece of opal with absolutely no color whatsoever. Retailing now at $39.99, $99, $99, $99. 92. There's a number of people here. 70. Whoa, it's like calling out a bingo. Legs 11, 70. I know it's not legs 11. But that's the only one I know. Fish and stew, 72. Who knows? There's the tiniest bit of purple, mate. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fling. And then I'm going to get one of these bad boys out. One of these bad boys. Just getting the right one out. See, this one will do it, maybe this one. Yeah, I'll do this one. In honour of you, Gilly, because this one I can recognise as a lightning ridge stone. So, and within seconds you can see the colour. Look at that. Brill. Oh, another like. Thank you, mate. Whoever did that. I got a like from a random guy in my channel, and I like him. Or her. Not gender specific. We like the people, no matter what they are, and it's starting to sound a little bit woke. So in answer to that question of any colour, yes, absolutely. Look at all that colour. Beautiful. Just going to do the other side here because I'm worried that that sand actually goes all the way through. Luckily I did, because look, the colour's absolutely brute. Oh wow, the colour's great on this side. So thankfully, because of my amazing, shrewd and excellent investigation abilities, not at all random chance or luck, as we all know, I have managed to carefully construct and craft an opal of amazing beauty. There we go, there we go, there we go. There is no potch to show. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Watch this little gem grow. Here we go, here we go, here we go. I will not have 93 or below. Here we go, here we go, here we go. 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. Okay, the record stopped. Don't know what I'm doing here, I'm worried. I'm gonna have, I shouldn't have done that. I made a mistake up. I'm gonna have to cut it in two now. Because there was sand in it. There we go. Dagnammit. That's the way of things. The reason why the opals cost so much is that this happens. They are very tricky to cut. Realistically, I saw the sand patch there and I'm going, nah, maybe I need to cut it now. And that is a lesson for opal cutters. If you're thinking, I need to cut it now, then you do need to cut it now. Because there's an awful lot involved in cutting it. You're saying goodbye to that really valuable big stone. You're starting to think about ways in which to move your equipment around to cut it. Like, not everyone has a setup like this. If you're thinking about all the hassle of cutting it and your body's still going, you know what, there's something in this whole cut this stone business, then you've got to listen. You've got to do it. Okay. Just grabbing it. Here we go. This guy here, absolute smasher. Show it to you. So what we do with absolute smashers is we make sure that they don't smash. And it's certainly not a guarantee. If you want to see someone cry, here we go. It's smashed. Ouch. It's alright, we'll try and salvage it. I always say I'm going to cry if it smashes, and I haven't yet, so does that make me untrustworthy? It's already 1:11. Man, that stream's been going for an hour and 10 minutes. Unbelievable. 13 likes, which I like because it's 13 likes. There we go. And there we go. And there we go. And there we go. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Man, it doesn't matter which way you point this stone. It still goes good. Brilliant. Let's go here, have a look at it. You can see that. I'll zoom right in, see if it works. That's webbing, not a crack, but it is worrying. Oh, it might be a crack. Oh, that'll be annoying. Oh well, we may as well find out now, as any other time. It might be, but I don't think it'll affect it because I think that it'll polish out. So that was the most dangerous looking crack that will eventually polish out ever. Can't believe the number of times I've thought that something was catastrophic and it just worked out. And other times I'm going, this is amazing, it's going to just be so perfect. And no, it's not. Awful. Hello, Jose. ¿Cómo estás? There goes that little piece, I told you. Basically, I didn't exactly tell you. I said, I hope this thing doesn't crack, smash, bang. Oh. Anywho. Gotta do what you gotta do. People must have an I said hi button. I don't. Well, I've tried to push a button. Alright. What say we keep the stone like this before it becomes something else? But I think it's going to become a disaster. Wait 1 second, I might go. That was someone else sneezing, definitely not me. Oh, 14 likes, thank you whoever did that. So what I'm doing is I'm looking through these opals. I might actually grab a knobby out, but we'll see. Actually, we'll do this guy. This guy might go either way. Cooper Petey, but borderline crystal opal. Very fun to work with. And here is the opal in the wild. It is a Cupidity near Crystal Opal, and it's come down to the watering hole, but it is being grabbed by the vicious hand beast, who loves to eat and grind them away. Although all hope is not lost, mostly is really, yes, mostly is. I mean, would you like to have your face ground away? No. I think the drop from 130 to 88 indicates a certain amount of sympathy that people have for opals. I must not treat them in such a cavalier fashion. If I ride out 1,000 times, I will not treat opals in cavalier fashion. Do you think the people will return? Yay! Oh, I promised something, didn't I? I promised the next person that said hi, I would actually give a proper intro to. So, introducing with the colour, don't know, zooming right in on the individual. Do not report him. Imagine that. Jose Bellic, the amazing destroyer of worlds, the reader of books, and the trainer of small flea-like creatures. Come from the depths of Guatemala to you to sell vacuum cleaners. Welcome to the stage, Jose Bellic. Yeah! There you go. Your own personal intro. This one, ladies and gentlemen, I'm somewhat relieved to say it's going to actually turn out alright. I'm ditching my own tradition and saying maybe I should cut this in half, but other than that, I am going to cut it in half because I didn't the last time and regretted it. So I've got a drop in a square cut by doing that. 15 likes, thank you very much, people. 15 likes is one more than 14. That is my advanced mathematical training kicking in. So, now I don't want to bore you with the details, but, and of course, me being so superior at math than everybody else, I know that they will have a great deal of trouble catching up, but bear with me and try and listen in. When you take the 15, you take the 1 away from the 15. It's like counting backwards, except it's exactly the same. So you go from the 15 down 1 to the 14, and there you have done something called subtraction. Where's my applause? I wanted my applause. I taught an amazing truth. I should get applause. Yes, shut up, General. That's right, that guy's named the General as far as I'm concerned. Tiny little drop shape whilst we were doing that. And did you see the little spark in there? Yeah, it's got a little bit of colour. It's got a little bit of fire. Nice little way for that one. That was not a yawn, that was a musical interlude. If anyone remembers Mitch Hedberg, he was a wonderful comedian, but he would always bring his notes on stage written on his hand. And he would look down, he'd look up, he goes, "Those are not cheat notes. They are affirmations." Then he'd look at his hand. Yeah. "You are doing fine." Love that guy. He was gone before his time. I think he about the same age and same year as Kurt Cobain or something like that. And there you go. It's gotten a bit thin and see-through, but there's still colour there, so it's good. Nice little stony oney. There we go. My Opal, stony oney, was still. He got replaced, yes, with one of mine. I took a grinder and cut it up, and I found it was made of sandy and then I gave up. Ah, look at this one. Yes, this one indeed. This one is the one that we should be looking at. Yes, this one. There, have a look. Yes. Yes. Let's do it. Some of these ones I actually pre-cut because I think there's something in them. I'm not sure, so I give them a bit of a cut. And when I realise that they're actually good, I stop. And my secret opal stash, the one that I'm using at the moment, that one was pretty much a stash of opals that I was sitting there examining, pre-cutting. So I was either letting them go through as spectacular stones or pre-cutting them to see if I could get spectacular stones. And naturally keeping them if I had succeeded. There we go. Glad I stopped at that point because it was pretty much done. Wasn't much left to stop at. I'm not going to sing that one because that's a bit of a depressing song. Wasn't at the very, very end, but like it had dark themes. Warning, dark themes. Oh, 16. Did I say a 6? I did indeed. Thank you for the like. Hasn't been many that I've been able to just make the traditional cab shape with. And that's what this kind of technique lends itself to. Of course, only if you have an opal that actually lends itself to that technique, so to speak. Oh, I'm going all meta on me. Here we go. 125. Okay, we've got to start hunting for that Magnum Opal now, guys. Now, for those people who don't know what the Magnum Opal is, the Magnum Opal is like Magnum Opus. The thing that you do at the end that makes it really good. Well, that's the way we're interpreting it anyway. So, yeah, have a look at that beautiful opal. That could have done a Magnum Opal. Could have been. Was not meant to be. Adios, amigo. Now, what I'll do is I'll do one quick check of this particular bag. Now, why this particular bag? Zooming out. This particular bag is full of a type of opal we call knobbies. Now, these knobbies are binomials by extreme. Hello. What, Cindy Rocket? Kind of, you mean? It's an opal. They're all opals. But these ones are, well, that one was a Cooper Petey, from memory. These guys are from Lightning Ridge, and they're what we call knobbies. I'm just going to grab a handful of them and show you. I think I've got one. Okay. Hopefully one of these will do. This is an excellent example of not a knobby, but there we go. Zoom in a bit. You can see there's already colour there, but it's pretty small. And you know what? I'm not cutting that one, just having a look at it. That's a fossil. I think, I could be wrong, I think it's either a hip or a fish vertebrae. Yeah, I think it is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we ain't cutting this one, it's a fossil. It's got a crack in it already. It's ready to go. So, yeah, we're not going to ruin antiquity. So there we go. That's going into the fossil container. In case you're interested, this drawer here, whoops. This drawer here, that one, is dedicated to fossils. Anytime I see a fossil, just chuck it in. Because it's fun cutting opals, but there is a fine line between opal cutting and vandalism. Right. So let's have a look at the rest of them we've got, and let's hope we don't have all fossils, because that will be a very difficult cutting session. Just having a look at it, seeing if I can find any. Can't see any colour on it. This one, show it to you. This one's interesting in its own right because it's yellow and orange. And that was because I stored it on something that was rusted. It didn't come to me rusted. That means you can dye the darn things. So I don't know what that means. This one has got colour, so let's give this one a shot. Pop that there. Now, let's see if we've got another one that's got any kind of colour on it. I think this one does. This one's just a standard knobby. It could be considered a witch's hat knobby. Don't do that. You're not even the right one. Are you the one? You might be. Is that you there? There you go. Honestly. You don't do that again. Alright, here we go. So once again, we've got a nice knobby there. Almost looks like a clamshell. I'm just going to look at it under the light, see if I can spot anything. Ooh. Okay, this one is a very chancy one. If I was starting the stream, I might do this one, because if you have a look, see that piece of discoloration there? That is definitely precious opal. And I don't know which way it's going. Oh, let's just give it a bit of a... Let's find out. If we get sudden burst of colour, we'll start, but if not... I think there's still potential in this one, but we'll leave that for another time. Because it might take a little bit of exploration work to get it. What I will do is I'll carve this in, because that is necessary anyway. So we at least know what it looks like on the inside. Okay. Let's have a look. Oh, this one here, I reckon. This one here, and then we're done. Right, so that one's crystally kind of opal. And that's got a bit of colour. I'm just going to have a quick look through the other ones, see if we can find anything that's going to jump out at me. This one jumps out at me. Just giving myself a few options, just in case. Just in case. Got to be like Boy Scouts and be prepared. There we go, got another one. Okay, so I've got a few. I'll show them to you and then we'll get cutting. Right, here they are. I'll show you the ones which I just picked out and you'll see why I like them. Okay, this one here. Very low chance of actually succeeding, but got some nice colours just sitting there in the white cap, so I'm going to give that one a shot. This one here, very, very thin, very, very fragile, but once again, beautiful colours. So if this one works, you're going to know it, basically. It's going to be the, like, you're going to have to cover up your phone. Oh, someone else gave me a like. Thank you very much, mate. And this, is it this one? No, not that one. I think you've seen all of them. We'll start with this one. So I'll very carefully just give it a bit of love on the outside. Don't think too hard about what I just said. What I will do before, and I'll prime you guys, I'll make sure you know, what I will do prior to actually cutting the next opal is I will get a giant rock out and wave it so that people come and see the channel. But we'll do this first. That's just to make sure that you know. Going back to the very beginning, I figured out that there are a few things that actually make this channel pop a bit. One of them is big rock, as I've been alluding to. But the other one is colour, which hopefully when I cut through this you will see. The final link in the chain, so to speak, is singing. So if I'm sitting there going, la la, cutting opal, people tend to stay. 19, thank you very much. Is that an extra 2? I think it is. Yes, thank you very much whoever liked the channel or liked the stream. Whatever you liked, thank you for liking it. Oh, this is very hard opal, which is a very encouraging sign. Usually expect a lot of sand, a lot of garbage. This ain't sand, this ain't garbage. What have we got? Oh, that's disappointing. I was expecting a bit more than that. Oh well, let's just carve it in, see what happens. It might not be that it's a dud, it could just be it's the wrong face. Ah, look at that. There it is, I think. Anyway, let's see what it does. For any conclusions. Interesting. Oh, 20 likes. Real. Thank you very much, guys. A rough diamond? No. But I've done emeralds. They're tough. And they're just one away on the more scale. So yeah, the blade itself is a diamond blade. What it basically means is you spend forever trying to cut the darn thing. The other thing about cutting or cabbing a diamond is that it's very different. What I'm doing at the moment is something called faceting. So you can see a sharp face there. That's not normal for opal. We cut cabochon. So if I was to facet, I'll do this. And the other subtlety of faceting is usually it's an automated procedure. You get a machine that facets it for you. It doesn't exactly facet it for you, but it makes it a lot easier. If not, I have to sit there and do this and hope that my angles are good. Might not be. Heaven forbid. I might be a little bit inaccurate. Yeah, that's about right. You see, these guys are 4 or 5. That sounds about right to me. Your more scale seems to be good. So I haven't worried too much because I'm pretty much exclusively opal, but I've got garnets and stuff around. They're quite nice to cut, believe it or not. At the moment I'm asking myself the question, is this inclusion going to be a problem? Logic says yes. The reason being that you've got a chunk here, and it seems that you've got it going the whole way through. So what I might do is just continue to cut this bit here. Cut this bit here. Oh, it's a butterfly. Look at that. Oh. Better not be a butterfly. We'll just cut half of it. That's kind of cool. I wonder whether I should keep it like that. Oh, you facet as well, do you? Well, I do facets, but well, we'll have a look at this one. Not exactly the best job ever. Admittedly, it was rushed. I'm just wondering whether I should stop with this one because I like that butterfly pattern. Kind of unique. I think I should stop that. You may never get a stone like that again. I'll think about ways to actually sandblast it or something to get the effect. Right, so let's see what we've got here in terms. I'll try and get one which I think will have the best impact this time around because we're starting to run out of time. Having a look. Let's see this one. I think it's this one anyway. It won't take it very long to figure it out, so let's do that. So this guy, very small, very quick, very fined out. We're going to have to cut that bit off. Don't want to, but I will. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. I got the Opal lock. Bop, 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 bop. $21 likes. Someone likes me. Let's have a look. So far, nothing. Not as spectacular as I was hoping for, but we'll see. these don't work, I'll go straight back to the other ones which I've been working on. Ow. Oh, I actually cut myself. That's the first time. Didn't exactly cut myself, I overheated myself. A bit of a difference. When you think about it, the butterfly stone actually would have made a good magnum opal, wouldn't it? Yeah. That's alright, we'll worry about that later. So there is a little bit of colour, but not magnum opal colour. Have a look at this guy. Very quickly. Hey. Really, this one's going nowhere as well. Okay. Just a few more swipes and hopefully it might come good. But if not, we'll just turf it and go on to another one. I hate it when they do this. They're kind of going, you know, I might. I'm not doing it at the moment, but I might. They're tempt trading us, honestly. That's not fair. It's totally not fair. Oh, 24 likes. Thank you, whoever did that. I don't think that's worth it. Bling. We'll try this one. Nice and colourful. But I think that colour will come off pretty quickly. Or maybe not. This would be awesome if it keeps its colour. It'd be kind of unusual. Oh my goodness, look at that. Don't hold your breath, ladies and gentlemen, because this is a very unlikely occurrence if it's going to come good. Got a long ways to go yet. Basically, don't have expectations. Just have none. Then you won't get brutally disappointed when it goes wrong. Because quite frankly, this has got a high probability of going wrong. It's got such beautiful colour that it's just got heartbreak written all over it. Right, so let me just have a quick look in here. I have to do it this way. Conduct the investigations in a formal manner. Now naturally I didn't want to do that. If I knew of another way, I would definitely have done it. Possibly a seasoned opal cutter staring at the screen going, "Dude, what? I don't like it when you do that thing." More than likely he'll be going, "Oh, you're on a hiding to nothing, my friend. You're on a hiding to nothing," is what he'd probably say. Yeah, I have to go through that. Damn it. Well, I told you it'd be a heartbreaker. It was a heartbreaker. Thank you for the likes. I think that is a nice consolation to having a nearly really valuable opal and then just having to grind it away into nothing. Did you hear that, Opal? Grinding away into nothing. I know! Ladies and gentlemen, feast your eyes on this amazing amount of disappointment. Yeah! Okay. This time for sure. Reminds me of the Goon Show. And all of a sudden, nothing happened. But it happened suddenly, mind you. If you don't know who the Goon Show is, what can I say? You're all Philistines. I'm going to go home. I'm already home. Oh, 28 likes. Thank you, whoever did that. 1 rant, 1 like. It's a contract we make with the YouTube. Macarena. Been a while since I've done that dance. My knees, Minnie. My knees. Oh yes, better out there. That was 23 watts. I'm not just saying that for randoms. That's the Goon Show. It's what Monty Python was based on. There we go. That is nothing. Oh, this one better be good. So much for Magnum Opal. Maybe the butterfly has to be the one. There's a much different kind of butterfly effect to the one that I learned in physics class. Struck the life with a piece of opal. Blinded by the light. Woke up like a loose bird in the middle of the night. Don't think we got anything, but I'm going to check in a second or two. Right, looks like we're going back to the old faithfuls. Let's have a quick look at this. Right, there is a little bit of coloured opal. Right, that light patch there is actually coloured, but I think it's not good enough to continue on. I'll just have a quick check of, is it this piece here? No, not that piece. Just have a quick check here to see if that works. Then I'm going to wave a big rock in front of everybody. 28 likes. I do believe that is more likes than last time. Thank you. I think I was concentrating too hard at the time. I forgot that I was like thanking people for likes. I think the answer might be yes, but too lengthy a procedure. I'll be able to get a nice spectacular stone relatively quickly and easily using the Cuba Beatty stone, and yet he's still cutting this one. Oh wow, we have a problem. Quite a nice problem to have, but it's a problem nonetheless. Basically, I can see a line of colour in there, and it might be a good line of colour too. I mean, fantastic line of colour, but this is not something you just do tired. I just look around for a few hints, but that's as far as I'm going to go because I don't want to ruin it with a bit of fatigue behind my belt. So don't be disappointed when I put this down and pick up a shinier, smaller stone that is easier to do. I mean, it might not be what I think it is anyway, so, you know, you don't want to go through a massive process just to end up nowhere. Go have a look at it properly. My verdict is there is most decidedly something there, but it's not worth going into for the time being. We'll do it tomorrow. So, what will we do today? We'll do this one. We'll wave a giant rock in front of the camera so that everyone knows that there's a giant rock being waved in front of the camera. Here we go. So, maybe even 2 giant rocks. Because if 1 giant rock is impressive, then 2 must be twice as impressive. Yes, indeed. 29 likes. Thank you very much for whoever did that. That's what I'm going to do later. I'm going to cut it. So this one's not just a rock. It's got some pretty good opal in it. So we'll see how that affects the numbers. Next thing's next. Let's have a look here. Yeah, we'll do this one. Win, lose or draw, we're doing this one. Nice little purple opal. And it may end up not being purple. Dum dum dum. I think I see a crack there too. Let's have a look. You know, that was not very funny. I know you think it's funny. No, it's not. It's giving me sass. It's not funny. Ah. Got it. Huh. I am tired. You can tell when I'm tired because opals start talking to me. Now, just so that you understand what's going on, when this machine shuts down, that's not the end of proceedings. We're going to go inside, say hello to the birds. Got 2 cockatoos and a pigeon, so it's not quite over yet. It's not a case of that's all, folks. It's kind of that's kind of a bit less of the end, but will be eventually the end, folks. So be prepared. There we go. Oh, nearly gone for 2 hours. No wonder I'm tired. What I will do is I'll just, we'll see how things go. I might just go on for another 10 minutes just to push out the numbers, because I'm trying to game the algorithm at the moment. So gaming the algorithm involves doing unexpected things for unexpected amounts of time. Because ordinarily that would be a nice little magnum opal. It's lovely, lovely, lovely. So let's just carve that there. That means we've got a triangle cut and a cab. Just like that. Oh, look at that. I absolutely did myself a number there. Nice. I'll do one more. I'm just trying to give the algorithm a bit of love. Which one will I do? Just grabbed a handful and went for it. Let's do this one quickly. This won't take very long. But after this one, to the birds. I actually mean that literally. I'm going to go to the birds because they're inside. And they'll be all snuggle up. But they'll wake up and they'll go, hey, that's the person we know and like. Let's go say hi. Hello. One of those kind of things. That's not a bad little stone. Still got a little bit of defect in it, but nearly. Come on, you can do this. Listen, I need to get this done before YouTube demonetizes me for blood and gore. Okay, there we go. Weirdly enough, now I have to use my middle finger to demonstrate the opal. I'm not sure that's any better, really. All right. There was still a bit in there, but that's enough skin taken off my finger for one night, I'd say. Oh. Yeah. Not that one, it's this one. And it goes off. How much water did I use? Not too much, not too bad, not too shabby. Okay. Put these back in. Yoink. There we go. There we go. Oh. Shard back in there. All right, let's go say hi to the birds. Yoink. Turn around. Hello there, people. In case you hadn't seen me at the beginning of the stream, this is what Dr. Phil's looks like in the flesh. Because let's face facts, if I wasn't in flesh, you'd be a bit scared. So come along. It's cold out there. It's cold and sleepy out there. All right. Hello, Loki. Who am I talking to? I am talking to Loki. I'll increase the mystery. Oh, I can't do that. I'll not increase the mystery. Here we go. Loki! Upside down head and everything. Yay! Yes, Max. Loki. Loki, the lovely, lovely Loki. Lovely, 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 lovely Loki. Here we go. I'm just going to open up said cage that I didn't set. Here we go. Hey, look. Yeah. Now, Loki's got a feather issue, which means that if she gets stressed and plucks even a little bit, it's a problem. So we always watch. You can see that she's got a little bit of bare patch there. Not good. She's got a bare patch there too. Not good. So we're watching her. We're watching her, not like a hawk, because that makes her more nervous. But we're watching her very carefully. I live here with two daughters occasionally. One daughter's permanent and the other daughters are not so permanent. And both of them are very, very good bird handlers. So I'm very lucky to have them. You want to know what a pin feather looks like? Let's just go and... There's one. Did you see that? Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. Just going to drag it out. There it is. Sorry, Loki. I'm not going to hurt you. There it is. That's a pin... Ah, come on. That's a pin feather. Right there. You can see what that is? That thing's a pin feather, and those things, they just need to have their sheaths taken off because they drive them absolutely insane. But you've got to be careful. If you take too much of the sheathing off, it hurts them. So there's a fine line between pleasure and pain, as they say. There's that piece of sheathing. Gone. Right. Loki, I'll be back. Yes, I know, Max. I have not ignored you, okay? You are unignored. I didn't get my drink. I'll be back. Honestly, I didn't get my drink. Now, I can trust Loki. Cage door is open. She's not going anywhere. Naturally, you don't do that very often, but I happen to know that Loki's very, very happy to stay in her cage. It's very hard to coax her out even. So she's not going to just jump out the window. In order to do that, you need to freak them out, something chronic. That ain't going to happen. Well, it's highly unlikely. I'm not going to say it ain't going to happen because that's a good way to end up with a bird in a tree somewhere. Okay. What we're going to do now is I'm just going to flip the camera around, put it on the table whilst I just take this jacket off and put on my other jacket. Or just keep it off, I don't know, I don't care. Right, there we go. I'm not going to make it into one of those shows. All right, here we go. Jacket off, you can look at the birds. It's all right, Max. Don't give me that look. Gee. Max looks at me as if I've like him forever. I have not forgotten you forever, Max. Gee. Here we go, Max. Yoink. Yoink. Now, would you like a scratchy poo or would you like your freedom? Max has just demonstrated that he wants his freedom. So what I'll do is I'll quickly go and turn this off because I put the lamp shank on before I did it. It's been 2 hours. And even at... Yeah, it's a bit dry. Let's turn that down a bit. Okay. Well, Celine Dion filter. All right, where are we, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, Loki, come here. Steppy poo, steppy poo, steppy poo. There we go. Good bird. Yeah. Yeah, good bird. Yes, good birdie. Yes. Here comes Max. There we go. Now, if you're wondering why I'm not bringing Pony out, it's because Max can snap Pony's neck, so it's a bit unsafe. I do some supervised stuff. I'm not going to do YouTube and Max and Loki and Pony because I'm doing too much. And if I'm doing too much, then, you know, an incident with Pony live on stream is probably that's not what I'm going for. And someone has liked the channel. Thank you very much. That's awesome of you to do so. Brought the total up to 30 likes, which is pretty cool. Don't you think? Pretty cool, 30 likes. Yeah. Yeah, you like that, don't you? Yeah, you like that? You like that? You pretend you're a big mean man, don't you? And then you just go, oh yeah, I like this stuff, I like this stuff. Oh, I like that stuff, I like this stuff. Yeah, sketchy poo. Now be aware, he will suddenly turn on me because he only likes this for oh so long, and then he's like, nah, no more. And that happens quick. And we know it happens quick because birds, they are approximately twice as fast at processing as we are, believe it or not. So that means that they have not liked it. They've given the signal, you've ignored the signal, and they've bitten in the time it takes you to realise. In case you're wondering why birds bite you from time to time, that's the reason. Also, birds bite because of social reasons. They're a bit different to humans. If you like someone, you tend not to bite them. Although I had an incident. If you like someone, you don't tend to bite them. These guys do. And the reason for that is very simple. Survival is more important than niceties. Oh, 31 likes. Thank you very much. And the niceties we're talking about is basically a good... Well, there it is. A good warning system. So when a bird is there with their partner, for example, someone like, and a big strong man comes along, they either don't trust the man or they think that the man is going to compete for mating rights and all that sort of stuff. If that happens, scratchy poo. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. If that happens, then the male, will actually bite their partner and make them go away, either as a protective mating or protect the partner. So it's either chivalrous or really not chivalrous, depending on what's going on. There you go. Now, what we can do is this. Grab the pony now. I can because I've got everything under control. Got pony and splat. You'll notice that pony doesn't seem to mind. And that's true. Here we go. Turn around. Right, so here I am. Here Loki is. And here's pony. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Please, for the love of all that is good, like and subscribe. Well, I swear by all that is good that I didn't do that voice. It must have been Pony. Look at my face. Very, very honest face. So clearly, I didn't fake it. Isn't that right, Loki? Yeah, see? Loki's got an honest face too. We've all got honest faces. So clearly, Pony just wanted you to like and subscribe. Oh, hello there. Oh, you get shivers when it's cold. Well, it's winter time over here, remember? We're on the other side of the world. Whoa, careful. Yuxie booksy. All right. So, hello there, Opal guy. We're pretty much done now. You caught the end of it. Some opals were good, some opals were bad. What a surprise. Basically, I'm going to sit here. I'm going to get dinner out for my daughter, and probably these guys will beg for some of it. And life will be good. My car's stuffed, my garage stuff, but I don't care. Life is still good. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. Thank you for the likes. That was really good of you. And thank you for hanging out. Like 100 people on average hung out for every second on this stream. So that's like, it'll be around 20,000 people. That's an astonishing amount of people. So thank you. It's an honor to be worthy of your time for such an amount of time. So I don't take it lightly. And if you want to see something interesting, see the guy who's just come on, the Opal guy. Very, very good timing for him. Go have a look at his channel. He does more of the same. He does some pretty good detailed Opal stuff. I recommend him highly. And also, it's not just because he does good stuff. He's a good bloke. Yeah, you too, mate. And hopefully some of these guys will hop off my channel and like and subscribe to you. Anywho, have a nice evening, guys. Dr. Phil out.